Jai Sai Ram, Chapter 54. Died while discussing about Sai. Do the duty but don't be doer. I know you are for 60 birds. Died while discussing about Sai. Kaka Sahib Dikshit, whose original name was Mr. Hari Sitaram, was born in 1864 in Nagar Brahmin family of Vadnagar of Khandwada. His early education took place in Khandwada and Hingangat. Intermediate education took place in Nagpur in higher division and continued his studies in Alfistan College. He did his graduation in 1883 and also passed the examination of LLB and solicitor. After this, he worked for a government solicitor firm, M.S. Little and Company. After it, he opened his own solicitor firm. Up to 1909, he did not hear the fame of Baba, but immediately after it, he became a great devotee of Baba. When he saw residing in Lonawala, Bombay, Pune Road, hill station, then he suddenly met his old friend Nana Sahib Chandorkar. Both used to spend their time in the talks of here and there, and Kaka Sahib told him that when he was in London, how his foot slipped while boarding a train, how he was hurt, gave him full description. Nana Sahib told him that if you want to get rid of this lameness and pain, then you come to the shelter of my Sadguru Sai Baba. He gave him Baba's full address and repeated his words that I will pull my devotee across 7 seas as a bird whose foot is tied with a rope is pulled to oneself. He also made clear that if you are not a close person of Baba, then you will not have attraction towards him and also will not have his sight. By listening his words, Kaka Sahib became very happy and he told that after going to Shiradi, he will request Baba that in spite of bodily lameness, make his restless mind handicapped and grant him salvation. After some days, during the election of Bombay Vidhan Sabha, with regard to acquiring votes, Kaka Sahib Dikshit went to Ahmednagar and staying in the house of Sardar Kaka Sahib Mirikar, Mr. Bala Sahib Mirikar, who was the Mamlathadar of Kopragan and the son of Kaka Sahib Mirikar. At the same time, he also reached Ahmednagar to see the horse exhibition. After finishing election work, Kaka Sahib Dikshit went to go to Shiradi. There, both father and son were considering that who will be the right person to be sent with Kaka Sahib, and on the other side, Baba was making arrangements to call him to Shiradi in a different way. Shyama received a telegram that his mother-in-law was very seriously ill and come immediately to Ahmednagar to see her. Taking permission of Baba, Shyama went there and saw his mother-in-law, whose condition had been stabilized by now. While going to the exhibition, Nana Sahib Panse and Appa Sahib Garde suddenly saw Shyama. They told him to go to the house of Mirikar and see Kaka Sahib Dikshit and take him to Shiradi. He gave the news of arrival of Shyama to Kaka Sahib Dikshit and Mirikar also. Shyama reached the house of Mirikar in the evening. Mirikar introduced him to Kaka Sahib Dikshit and told him to leave with him for Kopragan by train at night 10 o'clock. After this decision, a strange event happened. Bala Sahib Mirikar, by pulling a curtain from above, a big size of photo of Baba made his sight of Kaka Sahib Dikshit. Then seeing it, he was highly astonished that to those who sight was going to Shiradi. He himself was present here for his welcome in the form of photo. Then, being highly emotional, he began to worship Baba. This photo was a mega, and for fixing a glass on it had come to Mirikar. Changing another glass on it, an arrangement was made to send it to Shirdi by hands of Kaka Sahib Dikshit and Shama. Reaching the station before 10 pm, they purchased second class tickets. When the train reached the station, then the second class compartment was overcrowded. There was no room to sit in it. Fortunately, the grade of the train was known person of Kaka Sahib Dikshit, and the guard made him then sit in the first class compartment. In this way, making comfortable journey, they got down at Copperhagen station. On the station itself, seeing Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who was going to Shirdi, their happiness knew no bounds. After reaching Shirdi and going to mosque, they saw Baba. Then Baba began to say that he was waiting for them for a long time. I sent Shama to bring you here. After this, Kaka Sahib spent many years into the proximity of Baba. He built a Vada, Dikshit Vada, which became his almost permanent residence. Baba assured him that at last time Baba will take him in a plane, which came true. On 5th July, he was traveling with Hemant Pant through a train. Both were talking about Sai Baba. He became totally engrossed in the meditation of Sai Baba. Then suddenly his neck struck the shoulder of Hemant Pant, and then he, without any pain of perplexity, he breathed his last. Do your duty. Don't be the doer. Once Sri Vasudevanand Saraswati, who was famous by the name of Devi Swami, came to the bank of Godavari and began to reside in Rajmahendri. He was a Karamakhandi, Jnani, Yogi, devotee of Dattatreya, a lawyer of Nanded Nizam estate. Along with his friends, came to see him, and during the discussion, the reference regarding Sai Baba also started. Listening Baba's name, Swamiji saluted him with folded hands and giving him Srifal to Pundakre. The lawyer, he said that you go and salute my brother Sai, tell him do not forget me and always keep blessing on me. He also told that normally a saint does not salute the other saint, but has been done specifically. Sri Pundalekrao, taking the Sripal, said that I am willing to give Baba and give you a massage also. Only after a month, Pundalekrao, along with his friends, taking the Sripal, left for Shirdi. When they reached Manmad, due to the thirst, he went to the tap to drink water. Thinking that only water should be not taken, he took out some chivad pressed rice, which seemed much bitter in taste. To reduce the bitterness, somebody broke a coconut and mixed with it, and in this way, making the chivad tasty, they ate it. Unfortunately, the coconut which was broken by hands was the same which Swami had given to Pundalek Rao Thoi to be given to present to Sai Baba. Reaching near Shirdi, he remembered about the coconut, knowing that they felt very sad that the same coconut was broken which was known to be given to be presented to Sai Baba. Scared and trembling, they reached Shirdi, and reaching there, they saw Baba. Baba firstly told Pundalek Rao to give him the thing given to him by his brother. He accepted his mistake, and by catching hold of the feet of Baba, apologized for the mistake. He was ready to give another coconut in its place, but Baba denied it by saying the price of that coconut was many times bigger than the coconut, and its lack cannot be fulfilled by the ordinary coconut. Then he said that now you do not worry. With my wish, that coconut was given to you and broken on the way. Why do you bring the idea of doer in you? While doing any good or bad deed, do not feel yourself to be doer. Detach from the ego and pride to the work. Only then you will progress quickly. Listening in the anxiety of Pundalik Rao was removed. I know you for 60 birds. Sri Balram Durandar of Santa Cruz, Bombay, was a good gentleman and he was an advocate in High Court of Bombay, and at same time he was a principal of Government Law College of Bombay during some part of time in his life. His whole life and family was religious and virtuous. Sri Balaram served his caste very ably, and in his regard he published a book also. After it, his attention went towards spiritual and religious subjects. He studied carefully Gita, its commentary Jnaneshwari, and also philosophical books. He was staunch devotee of God Vithoba of Pandharpur. In 1912, he had the chance of having the sight of Sai Baba. 6 months ago, his brother Babluji and Vamana Rao went to Shirdi and had the sight of Baba. And after returning home, he told his sweet memories and experience of Sri Balram and his family. Then all the people decided to go to Shirdi and see Sai Baba. Here, before they reached, Baba told in clear words that Baba, today many countries are coming. By listening the words of Baba by many other people, Durandar family became highly astonished. He did not give previous information to anybody about his travel. All came and saluted him, Baba, and taking their seats began to discuss. Baba told to people that these are my courtiers, about whom I have told you earlier. Then told to Durandar, brothers, that your and mine introduction is of 60 birds old. They all were courteous and civilized, so they all kept looking towards Baba with folded hands. In them, all virtuous emotions are falling down of tears, excitement, and choking of throat, etc., began to appear, and all were very happy. After it, they all went to their place, and after taking meals and some rest, they again came to the mosque and began to press the feet of Baba. At this time, Baba was smoking the chilam. Giving the chilam to Balram, he told to have a puff. Although so far he had never smoked, even then, with great difficulty taking the chilam in his hand, he took a puff and returned it to Baba with full respect. It was a priceless moment for Balaram. He was suffering from asthma for 6 years, but after smoking the chilam, his ailments was destroyed. He never had his trouble again. After 6 years again, he had an attack of asthma. This was the same auspicious day when Baba took his Mahasamadhi. He had come to Shirdi on Thursday. By good fortune, he saw the Chavadi celebration at that same night. During Arati in the Chavadi, Balram saw the face of Baba resembling to God Panduranga. Next day, during Kakada Arati, he saw the splendor of Baba's face again as his most adorned God Panduranga. Later, after staying there for some days, he returned to Bombay, and in 1925 he went for his heavenly abode. Jai Sai Ram.